that time of the year where homeschoolers start sharing what they're purchasing, what they're getting on sale, what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and also what they're thinking about purchasing for the upcoming homeschool year for curriculum. So today I'll be sharing mine. I'm going to brainstorm with you on some things that I want to incorporate into our homeschool. Kind of share what I'm looking at and why I'm switching some things up and things of that nature. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Shadabin. I'm a homeschooler mom to 3. They are 7, 5, and 2, almost 3. So I'm primarily focusing on my girls who will be like transitioning to the 2nd and 3rd grade, level work. So we're gonna start from there. So I have the things written down in my notes on my phone, so I won't miss out on a specific subject. But I will say we only really focus on the core subjects at the moment, right? So we do, math, we do language arts, we do science, not daily. We do interest-led things. We're gonna start incorporating music. Like, it's some things that we're changing going forward. So I wanna just say our initial focus so far since I've been homeschooling is making sure our foundation in math and language arts was strong, and now we're starting to implement more things. The first subject I'm going to be talking about is math. My girls just finished up their math curriculum on last week. We did a little celebration. Well, they had cupcakes and we took them to the fun box to celebrate, but they've been doing math with confidence, and so we've been using math with confidence now for at least, I want to say, 2 years. I started my oldest daughter off with the 1st grade level, and then my youngest did the kindergarten. And they just recently finished 1st and 2nd grade, and I even already ordered the next level. So I ordered the 3rd grade curriculum for my oldest, which I'm going to be doing a flip through of, and more so like a review, first impressions type thing. So it's different, what I like about it, things of that nature. So for math, it's pretty much already picked out for me. I have really enjoyed Math with Confidence. My girls seem to enjoy it. I love the recommended books weekly because we love to read. They love to read. I feel like it gives them a different understanding when you compare it with literature. So I love that. I love that it's a 4-day week curriculum, design a 4-day week with a 5th day optional with enrichment activities. So if you want to see a specific review on like kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, I have those up on my channel already, and I'll link them below. And I'm also considering Beast Academy. So I hear a lot of great things about Beast Academy, and that it's really great for children who are gifted in math, or if you want to challenge your child, or if certain curriculums that you're using is not challenging enough, Beast Academy will present the information in a way that will definitely challenge your children. So I'm looking into that for both my girls. I'm not sure if we're going to really incorporate it just yet, or if we're going to wait, but I've been looking into it. I printed out the placement tests and things of that nature. So I think we're going to give that a try. Not sure when, how soon. It really depends on the pricing, and I have to really look that up. That's what I'm really thinking about. If you have any experience with Beast Academy, please let me know how you like it, and if you recommend it. Just tell me about your experience. So next on my list, I have language arts. So this area of, this subject is, interesting. It's not just one thing. Language arts covers, writing. It covers spelling. It covers vocabulary. It covers grammar. It covers a number of things. So it's like you can get an all-in-one curriculum, or you could, find different things for each individual subject of language arts. So currently, we're transitioning from the good and the beautiful. It has to work for them, I would say, but I want something else. And I said, until I find something that's set in stone, I'm gonna loosely still use it because it's there and it's exposure, and it's free, if you print it at home. So it's like I can always add things and take things away. But I do have some things that I've purchased so far that I want to switch to and incorporate. So the first thing that I was considering as far as phonics, I didn't mention phonics. Phonics was the UFly. I think it's University Florida. Let me see what it stands for. So University of Florida Literacy Institute, they have a great phonics program. I've heard a lot of great things about it. You just only need to purchase it one time and incorporate it with your children. So I was thinking about doing that just to make sure phonics is down packed. Although my girls are very strong readers, I do see some areas that they can improve in terms of, the advanced stuff, right? So I was considering that. I also purchased the first language lessons that I shared on my channel already, so I linked that video. I shared my thoughts and flip through and things of that nature. First language lessons only covers grammar. And you know, it doesn't require a, depending on what level you're looking at, more so I'm going to be looking at the 2nd and 3rd grade level for first language lessons. But it's not like a whole lot of, you know, handwriting or copy work. There is some, but it's not like very extensive, so I do like that. So I've been thinking about that for grammar, and we do have 2 of the books already here. We have the 1st grade level and the 2nd grade level, so I'm gonna play around with it a little bit and see if that's what I want to use as the foundation for the next grade level, or if I want to incorporate something else. All right, the next thing on my list, I've been thinking about core knowledge. I think I've looked into core knowledge before, but it seemed like so extensive and just so much material, and I was like, is it really necessary? I know it's a very strong program. I'm familiar with the books that core knowledge has written in terms of what your kindergarten should know, your 1st grader, 2nd grader, things of that nature. I own some of those books, and I know that the program is very solid, but in this phase of homeschooling, I'm not sure if I'm really committed to printing off the you know, number of pages and things of that nature in terms of lessons. So I'm not sure how I feel about core knowledge. I'm considering it, but I'm not sure just yet. The next thing I have on my list is, well, in terms of language arts, considerations are workbooks. So like the 180 days workbooks, or the Evermore workbooks, or even a scholastic, workbooks that focus on specifics. Like I have one for writing, I have one for grammar. My girls have been working on just to see what they do and what they're about, and they're pretty straightforward. You know, they cover specific things, and it's like it could be a good review if you pair it with something else. So I'm looking into that, as well as Night Zookeeper. So Night Zookeeper is an online language arts curriculum that covers spelling, writing, and game form, so your children won't even know they're learning, but they're covering different things: vocabulary, sentence structure, things of that nature. We've really been enjoying it, and the girls have been playing it for a few months now, so I think I really want to keep that in rotation, especially if I haven't made a decision on what we're going to use. You know, there's still something they can use and still be learning in advance. And then I've also been thinking about IEW. I've heard people talk about IEW or IXL. I'm not sure if I want like an online platform to be the main thing that we do, so I'll have to look more into it. But so far, I think I'm gonna go with first language lessons, and then find other things to pair with it. It's only grammar, so I have to figure out something for phonics. And I do have, you know, phonics curriculums and books here. And in terms of like spelling and things of that nature, I feel like I can pair that as they learn the phonics rules and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking about for language arts. People also recommend like Logic of English, as well as All About Reading, All About Spelling. And honestly, the only thing that has really detoured me from getting that was the price point. So I don't know if it's in the budget, it may be a consideration as well, but so far that's what I have. Next on the list is science. So for science, I have been having a lot of fun with science. I have let it be, you know, interest-led for my children, whatever they're interested in learning. Like yesterday, I asked my 5-year-old what she wanted to learn about. She said worms, right? I asked my 7-year-old what she wanted to learn about, and she said, what did she say? I want to say she said rainbows in the sky, or something like cloud sky, something like that. So it's like I've been finding books and, you know, activities and crafts over the years, hey, that has piqued their interest, and, you know, it's been really fun. I also purchased the Evermore like science workbook that has been really helpful this year, and we also pair it with videos of their topics, since the workbook is in black and white. And we also found different books to read depending on which topic it is. So if it's very, very, you know, intriguing for my daughter, then I definitely give her more information and extend the lessons a little longer. But we've also used the 180 days books in the past, so I'm thinking either or. Both of them are black and white, so it's like you have to jazz it up a little bit. And then I've considered, I've heard people mention Sunlight Science, so I haven't really looked into that just yet, but I have great reviews, so that's something else I may consider. I also have Nature Studies, so I like to, you know, study things based on the seasons, and just be outside, especially in the summer and the spring. So we may do a little bit of Nature Studies. In the past, we've also done like science description boxes and things of that nature. So science is up in the air. It's my area of fun. It doesn't have to be planned out what we're going to do, what we're going to learn. It's more so exposure, interest, as well as you know, exposure. So if they're interested in something, I'm going to teach them that, but also things they haven't learned about, I think it's important to expose them to that as well. So I can always pair the two together, and I don't necessarily think I need a formal, you know, curriculum for that. I just piece things together. So science is the area where we have fun in. In terms of geography, it's the same thing. It depends on, like, when we read different books and things of that nature, like if they mention different countries, then we can kind of look more into that in that way. But as far as curriculum, I'm looking into the Evermore workbook or the DK workbook for geography. But I feel like that's another subject area that you can have a lot of fun in. Just know the basics, right? You can look in your state standards, or you know, something like that, to just see what children in that grade level are learning about and just figure out how to do it in your own way. Next on my list, I have cooking. If you're new to the channel, I have a new homeschool in the kitchen / cooking guide for kids that's called Our Homeschool Kitchen, and it's been a ton of fun. So we just started, we're on week 3, and I think we're going to carry that on until, you know, the next few months. So once I'm done with that whole 16 weeks of that curriculum or that guide, then we're going to probably build onto it and add more things that I think my children should know, or even share with them what I'm learning. So if I want to learn more about something, then I can put it in a kid form way, so we'll be learning together. So it's very, very flexible. If you're looking for something fun, it's a good way to engage your children in the kitchen, teaching them the why behind things, what things are, why you use certain things, different kitchen next techniques, as well as fun science experiments, art activities, recipes, things of that nature. Check the link in my description box, because I definitely have that available for you, because I knew I wasn't the only one who wanted something like this. So check out Our Homeschool Kitchen. Next on my list is history. So with history, I have been taking a different approach. We are not using a formal curriculum for history. I know of woke homeschooling and old freedom homeschooling. I'm not sure if that's the same people. So they have good curriculums. I also know about the Heritage Mom blog that has different, you know, unit studies and things around history. So I'm going to look into that a little bit. But so far, we've been doing, like, talking about inventors and scientists and authors and artists. Like, we've been focusing on, like, you know, Black history. And when things come up and they want to know who created this, what's the story behind this, or how this came to be, that's another approach I take with history. But I do want something that goes a little bit deeper. When it comes to history, you have to be careful in terms of how you introduce it to your children, especially if you're teaching Black history. Like, that would start with slavery. So we've been having a lot of fun with that and just learning about different, you know, local history, family history, Black history, and just international, like different countries and what they eat and what they're like, what they're known for and stuff like that. And just been doing it in a fun way. Nothing super structured or no specific curriculum for that, but I know there's things out there. So if y'all have any recommendations, let me know as well. And then I have also handwriting. So I don't necessarily use a curriculum for handwriting. I really just allow them to practice as I see fit. So far, the handwriting has progressed a great deal. You know, is what is it called? Legible. I can read it. They get practice when they're doing, you know, math work, or when they're doing language arts, so they get handwriting practice. But a lot of people like handwriting with tears, or they like the good and the beautiful handwriting. So if I decided I need something structured, I would probably get a workbook, you know, or I go with handwriting without tears or something like that. And then I also have IXL down here, because I saw another homeschool mom mention that she has that subscription for her children, and I think it covers math. Let me see. So yeah, IXL have different subject areas. They have math, they have language arts, they have science, and they also have social studies. So you could do a single subject like math or language arts on there. You can do a combo package, or you can do the four core subjects, which are math, language arts, science, and social studies. So I was considering trying it out just to see, you know, what it's about and how we like it. Because in terms of science and social studies, I don't have like anything specific that we use. We use workbooks, but it's like, if that area is something that I want them to dig more into, they're super interested in it, then I think something like that would be fun. But I haven't, you know, committed to doing that. So next on my list, I have typing. And this is something that I've heard other moms use, like typing.com or Type C. So this is just for my 7-year-old to start getting practice with the keyboard. So we shall see. It's not something that'll be every single day, but more so just, you know, more exposure. She does use she does use Night Zookeeper and have to type out sentences and stuff like that. So I think it'll be helpful if she learned where each of the letters were on the keyboard or numbers and which keys are what. It would help her with her typing speed. So that's just something I put down there for, you know, extra fun and practice. And then I have spelling. At one point we did do the 180 days of spelling, and you know, it was okay. And then I have life skills. So I think depending on the time of the year, I'm going to focus on something specific. So now we're focusing on kitchen skills and life skills. And another point I want to focus on, like maybe areas of cleaning. I want to focus on maybe like, you know, budgeting, or, you know, different things like that, like life skills they need. So I'm going to come up with that myself. And then the last thing I have for this video is music. I've been wanting to get them into piano lessons for the longest, but they're just not in our budget right now. And so now that they have a keyboard, I found this online music program called Hoffman Academy, and it has been so much fun so far. They do have a free version and they have a premium version. So far, we started off with the free version and then we're upgraded into the premium version, and it's like so much fun. I'm also going to be learning with them, so that's fun. I'm going to leave my link below. You can get like 10% off of the premium membership if you have a keyboard or piano, or you're interested in learning with your child. It's not just for children, but you can learn too. I'll leave my link for that in the description below. And then in terms of the guitar, I have no clue how we're going to incorporate that, how we're going to teach that. It's here, we'll figure it out. But also with the piano, I have someone coming weekly to teach my girls in person, hands-on, in a different way. So with Hoffman Academy, I found out that they introduce things in a different way as opposed to like a in-person instructor. So like, say for instance, the in-person instructor that we have, you know, coming, she's teaching more so, you know, sight reading, scales, getting familiar with the keys. And then Hoffman Academy, their approach is you first listen to the song, you sing the song, so you learn the song, then you play the song like by ear, and then on down, you know, in the units you will learn sight reading. So I really like that fun approach so far with Hoffman Academy, and I also like the in-person touch with, you know, having someone show you what you're doing wrong, or, you know, telling you into some areas that you can work on, or actually, you know, positioning you as far as posture and, you know, giving you the things you need to do. So I'm excited for that. But really, if I say our focus for the upcoming year, it would be, of course, math, language arts. We're going to focus heavily on music. We're going to do life skills, so that includes my cooking curriculum or kitchen curriculum, or however you want to put it. And then also science. We're going to fit in history and geography, you know, as we see fit. And am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything. That's what I'm thinking about so far. Now, I haven't made my final decision, as y'all can see. I'm always looking for recommendations and things that y'all would recommend. So if you have anything in any of those subject areas, let me know. If you have any experience with some of those things I mentioned, let me know as well. And yeah, I think that's all for my brainstorming video. I'll see you guys in my next one.